Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo recently broke down the highly anticipated rematch between Merab Dvalishvili and Petr Yan, a fight that has reignited debate across the MMA world. Despite Merab dominating their first encounter, a surprising number of fans still believe Yan has the tools to pull off an upset. Usman and Cejudo approached the matchup with full honesty, acknowledging that Yan absolutely carries the kind of power and technical boxing that can change the fight with a single perfectly timed shot. His counterpunching, speed, and willingness to trade in the pocket always make him dangerous against anyone in the division. However, the deeper they analyzed the matchup, the more they leaned toward Merab's overwhelming attributes. They highlighted his relentless pressure, unmatched pace, and bottomless gas tank, qualities that have broken nearly every opponent he has faced. Usman emphasized that Yan may land moments of success, but sustaining that success under Merab's constant suffocation is an entirely different challenge. Considering the champion's durability, work rate, and tactical discipline, both analysts ultimately sided with Merab to retain his title. Sean O'Malley also offered a detailed technical analysis, setting aside his typical light-hearted style for a more serious breakdown. He explained that Yan's best chance hinges on Merab falling too deeply in love with his improved striking. O'Malley pointed out that Merab has shown increasing confidence in his hands, even coming close to knocking out Corey Sandhagen. He noted that Merab has been throwing more combinations lately, including during the fights with Umar Nurmagomedov and Sandhagen, and that this tendency, while showing growth, could also open the door for Yan's elite counterpunching. O'Malley stressed that Yan thrives against opponents who leave their chin up or exchange recklessly in the pocket. His speed, timing, and comfort in tight exchanges make him one of the best counter-strikers in the division. If Merab abandons his disciplined, pressure-heavy game plan and tries to trade too often, O'Malley believes Yan could capitalize in a big way. Still, after laying out this narrow path to victory for Yan, O'Malley ultimately sided with Merab as well. He praised Merab's fight IQ, saying it may even surpass his everyday intelligence. O'Malley concluded that as long as the champion sticks to his strengths and avoids unnecessary risks, he should walk away with another successful title defense. The heavyweight division remains stuck in uncertainty following Jon Jones' official retirement. Many fans expected the division to finally move forward, but recent events have only added more delays. The IPO controversy surrounding the UFC has intensified discussions, with Tom Aspinall publicly responding to critics who questioned his position. Aspinall did not shy away from calling out those attacking him, describing them as losers and haters, with nothing positive happening in their own lives. Despite the tension, there has still been no announcement regarding a new schedule for the division, leaving heavyweights and fans waiting for clarity. In the middle of this stalled landscape, Joe Rogan has turned his attention to what he believes could be the next major force at heavyweight, Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson. Steveson has recently gained attention for delivering some spectacular knockouts, performances that Rogan believes signal the arrival of a future superstar. He has been vocal in encouraging the UFC to sign Steveson immediately, arguing that his combination of elite wrestling, explosive power, and freak athleticism could reshape the entire division. Steveson has also been training with former UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones, who has echoed Rogan's excitement. Jones has repeatedly spoken about Steveson's potential and is pushing for him to enter the UFC sooner rather than later. Their confidence in him is based not only on his Olympic credentials but also on the physical tools he brings: speed, agility, strength, and an intensity that separates him from most prospects. Rogan described Steveson as a rare, once-in-a-generation athlete. He emphasized that the heavyweight division is currently thin on elite talent and that Steveson represents exactly the type of fighter needed to inject new life into the weight class. Rogan even shared that he sent Dana White a video of one of Steveson's recent knockouts, telling him that the division will be in serious trouble once Steveson enters the UFC. In that fight, Steveson knocked his opponent out with a single left hand and then effortlessly took him down as he fell. Rogan also noted Steveson's remarkable agility, recalling how he leapt over the top rope after the knockout and landed cleanly on the apron, moving with the fluidity of a much smaller athlete. While the heavyweight division remains in limbo, Rogan and Jones believe Steveson could be the spark the division desperately needs. If he signs with the UFC, he may quickly become one of the most talked about newcomers in the sport. Ilia Topuria made an appearance at UFC 323 to visit Merab Dvalishvili as he prepared for his rematch against Petr Yan. Shortly afterward, Topuria joined a Georgian YouTube channel for a brief interview, and as expected, the conversation quickly turned toward the recently announced matchup between Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje. When Gaethje's name was mentioned, Topuria did not hold back. He dismissed Gaethje's overall skill set, claiming he has no real grappling threat and tends to give up quickly when put in difficult positions on the ground. His comments were sharp, especially considering Gaethje has consistently shown respect toward Topuria. Gaethje has previously praised Topuria's punching power and the way he blends his striking, making Topuria's harsh criticism surprising to many fans. However, those familiar with Topuria know that he speaks boldly about virtually everyone on the roster, regardless of whether they have complimented him. A potential future matchup between Topuria and Gaethje would undoubtedly create chaos inside the cage, but Gaethje must first get through Pimblett, which is no easy task. Topuria is expected to face the winner of that fight in the spring, with #1 contender Arman Tsarukyan paying close attention to how things unfold. During the interview, Topuria continued his critique, going into detail about Gaethje's performance in past fights. He called Gaethje a terrible fighter with atrocious grappling and said he was cage-side during Gaethje's bout with Khabib Nurmagomedov. According to Topuria, Gaethje looked frightened even before the fight began. He claimed Gaethje's supposed reputation as a strong defensive wrestler was unjustified and questioned how someone with such limited ground ability could be considered elite. He described Gaethje's demeanor as lacking confidence and suggested that Gaethje believed the fight was over the moment it hit the ground. Topuria went on to say that when Khabib secured a choke, Gaethje did not attempt a meaningful escape and simply accepted defeat. While acknowledging Khabib's superior grappling, he criticized Gaethje's reaction and labeled it pathetic. He stated he would not even award Gaethje a white belt in jiu-jitsu. Topuria also remarked that Gaethje's body language during stand-up exchanges appeared tense and fearful. He concluded by asserting that none of the fighters being discussed operate at his level, reinforcing the confidence and bravado that have become trademarks of his personality. Islam Makhachev has spoken out following UFC Qatar, offering strong praise for Arman Tsarukyan's recent performance. According to Islam, Tsarukyan did exactly what a true #1 contender is expected to do. He said he anticipated Arman would win, but he did not expect such a dominant showing against Dan Hooker. In his view, Tsarukyan didn't simply secure a victory. He delivered a statement performance that proved he has unquestionably earned a title shot. Islam also reflected on his own career decisions and admitted that he regrets not moving up to welterweight much earlier. He described years of forcing himself through extreme weight cuts even while holding the lightweight title. But in his recent welterweight debut, he felt physically equal to his opponent and realized he could have made the move long ago instead of draining himself to stay at 155 pounds. With his rise at 170 now generating headlines worldwide, the welterweight landscape is becoming more interesting. Shavkat Rakhmonov added fuel to the growing excitement by subtly questioning the quality of Islam's win over Jack Della Maddalena. He wondered whether Islam was exceptional that night or if JDM simply underperformed. Rakhmonov emphasized that he considers himself a universal fighter capable of challenging Islam in every area: striking, grappling, and transitional exchanges. He made it clear that he wants to test himself against Makhachev and determine firsthand how the matchup would play out. A fight between these two would be massive, especially across Russia and Central Asia, where both are major stars. Years ago, rumors of Rakhmonov fighting Khamzat Chimaev captivated the entire region. Now, with Islam holding 2 belts, the potential matchup feels even bigger. Meanwhile, a surprise development may unfold in the lightweight division. Welterweight contender Sean Brady revealed he is seriously considering dropping to 155 pounds, and he says the odds of it happening are high. Brady believes the weight cut is manageable and that the matchups at lightweight are far more appealing to him stylistically. Although he is coming off a knockout loss to undefeated prospect Michael Morales, Brady still remains a top-name threat. Morales himself is quietly assembling a run that could eventually put him in Makhachev's path. If Brady officially moves down, the lightweight division becomes even more stacked and unpredictable. Fans are already speculating about potential opponents for his debut and how his shift could shake up the rankings. Leon Edwards has remained completely silent since suffering a knockout loss to Carlos Proaz. Until today, he had not given any interviews, made any media appearances, or posted anything on his social platforms. That changed when Leon broke his silence with a single message on X, sharing a photo along with the caption, "Yesterday's the past, tomorrow's the future, but today is a gift." It was a brief but meaningful statement, signaling that he is beginning to process the setback and shift his focus forward. This most recent defeat extends Edwards' losing streak to 3 fights. After losing his welterweight title to Belal Muhammad at UFC 304, he was submitted by Sean Brady in his following bout. The knockout loss to Proaz now places him in the most difficult stretch of his career. For a fighter who once stood at the top of the division with a long unbeaten run, the sudden downturn has raised questions about what comes next. Many fans and analysts are now speculating about Edwards' future. Some believe he may need time away from the sport to reset mentally and physically after such a challenging series of fights. Others think a high-profile matchup could help him regain momentum, and the name that continues to surface is Jorge Masvidal. A fight between the two has long been discussed due to their history, and with both men looking to rebuild, the timing may finally make sense. Regardless of what direction he chooses, Edwards' short message suggests he is ready to take the next step. His focus appears to be shifting from dwelling on the past to preparing for whatever comes next. The MMA community is now waiting to see how he responds and what path he decides to take for the next chapter of his career. Ariel Helwani has responded forcefully to Ali Abdelaziz's recent comments about Kamaru Usman's place in the welterweight title picture. Ali argued that Usman unquestionably deserves the next title shot against Islam Makhachev and dismissed the idea of Ian Garry being in contention. Ariel pushed back hard, saying Garry is far more deserving of the opportunity based on merit and recent accomplishments. Ali attempted to frame Usman as the clear choice, highlighting his legendary career and claiming that accepting a short-notice fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov last November should elevate him above Garry. He emphasized Usman's star power and argued that a champion like Makhachev would naturally want big-name opponents to solidify his legacy. But Ariel was not convinced, calling Ali's argument flawed and disconnected from current results. Helwani pointed out that Usman has only one win in the last 4 years. Prior to his recent appearance, he had not secured a victory since 2021 and was coming off a 3-fight losing streak. In contrast, Ian Garry has been extremely active and successful. Over the past year, Garry fought 3 times, including a short-notice main event against Carlos Proza, which he won. He then defeated former champion Belal Muhammad, further strengthening his case as the division's top contender. Ariel emphasized that Garry has contributed far more to the UFC in the last year than Usman has in several years. He called Ali's comment, questioning what Garry has accomplished, a crazy statement, and insisted that campaigning for your fighter is understandable, but ignoring reality is not. According to Ariel, a fair and honest evaluation of recent performances makes Garry the rightful next challenger, and Ali's narrative simply doesn't hold up under scrutiny.